right, so here's the third movie. After gunning down a member of the High Table, the shadowy International Assassins Guild, legendary hitman John Wick finds himself stripped of the organization's protective services. Now stuck with a $14 million bounty on his head, Wick must fight his way through the streets of New York as he becomes the target of the world's most ruthless killers. Now, this right here is one of the rare franchises, if not the only franchise, that has it to where each sequel makes more and more money. So with the first movie, the first movie made 86 million. The second movie did, what was it, 174 million. This one right here has a budget of 75 million, but the box office was over 327 million. So seems like they're getting better and better. As far as the reviews on the movie, you have Internet Movie Database giving it a 74%. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 89. Metacritic gave it 73. And Google users gave it 87. Out of those four right there, I would say the one I come closest to agreeing with is maybe Internet Movie Database. I would actually give this movie close to an 8, between a 7.5 and an 8, if I had to really, you know, go more specific in detail with that, say like 7.7, maybe 7.8. I think a lot of the fight scenes in this movie, I would say probably at least half the fight scenes were somewhat a little bit more sloppier, and there were some parts that were a little bit cheesier compared to the first two movies. So, again, but for the most part, it is very similar. And the first two movies, like I said, they both get a 9. This one, I'll say 7.7. And I think that there was a good cast here as well. Of course, Lawrence Fishburne returned. Of course, you have some other, Lance Reddick returned. This one you had Asia Kate Dillon, Ian McShane returned. You have Angelica Huston or Houston. It sounds like it should be pronounced Houston, but it looks like Huston. That I don't know. Halle Berry is in this one. So, of course, Common Sense Media will ask the same questions about that. You know, is he a hero or a villain? We already know the answer. He's kind of like this in the middle. He's like probably 60% hero, 40% villain. Now, the violence and the scariness, a lot. 5 out of 5, according to Rotten Tomatoes. Extremely intense, very frequent, over-the-top violence. Tons of guns and shooting, heavy use of knives and swords, stabbing, slicing, impaling, with spurting blood and gore, killing, many dead bodies, martial arts with bodies thrown about, crashing through walls and glass, broken necks, blood surgery, men kicked by horses. By the way, that was funny. He was on the side of the horse and he made the horse kick two or three of the guys. That was pretty hilarious. Are there any positive messages in this movie? Very little. Even among assassins, a code of honor exists. Rules are rules and a promise is a promise. Let me see. Any positive role models? Very little. John Wick is a deadly killer but struggles with line of work he finds himself stuck in. Would really like nothing more than some peace. He kills, but only those who intend to hurt others. He breaks the rules, but it's in order to protect those he considers friends. Now, is it any good? Parents, according to 24 Parents, they say it's a 4 out of 5. According to kids, 63 of them said it's a 4 out of 5 also. Their personal review was 3 out of 5, so they gave this movie about a 60%. This third entry in the over-the-top action series gets more complicated with lots more explanation, but the basically crisp, fluid fight choreography still blows away most challengers. In this film, the titular parabellum refers to either a type of gun or to the phrase, if you want peace, prepare for war. Begins directly after the end of the second movie. In that one, and in the first surprise hit John Wick, Wick's character simply wanted peace but sought revenge after being attacked. The setups were simple and everything that followed was so stripped down and pure that it was almost as existential. I've always had difficulty saying that word. Existential. Okay, there we go. I have it. I got it right that time, so I'm not going to try to say it again. John Wick 3 turns the franchise into a universe. It has a far more expansive and complex setup, which may please some genre fans, but also takes away the appealing mystery and newness of the first movies. That said, director, former stuntman Chad Stahelski, who worked on all three movies, proves himself a choreographer well beyond most of his contemporaries. Okay, and there's all that. How does the over the top violence in this movie make you feel? Were you shocked? Were you thrilled? Did you think all of it is necessary to the story? Um, in some ways, kind of. Was it shocking? Some parts of it were a little bit shocking. Was it thrilling? Definitely thrilling. Can't deny that. So, again, everything John Wick is on Peacock if you want to watch that. I'm assuming most of you probably seen all the movies, but to those of you who haven't and are getting to these movies late like me, Peacock is where it's at, including the TV show, which I'm going to get to as well. I'm going to watch the TV show after I watch the fourth film. I'll give you my take on those as well. And then when I see Ballerina, I'll give you my take on that as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please give me a subscription. If you're watching it on Facebook, the link to my YouTube is in the comment section. Go to my About section for YouTube and Facebook, and the links to my other socials are there. You have my TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. So that's that for now. Stay tuned.